In a sea of micro-brand divers and mecha quartz chronographs, is one micro-brand watchmaker bold enough to make something different? I just realized when I said bold, I could have done this during a Boulder episode, but I didn't. We're looking at the Axios Tribune. It's not a VK mecha quartz chronograph, and it's not a diver. That statement would have been better if bold for Boulder. Whatever. Now, jokes aside, this watch was actually sent to our office by none other than Bruce Williams, which I'm realizing now Bruce Williams has my address.
Oh, rookie move, Jory. I know where you sleep now. I mean, what's on my wrist today? I'm wearing the Sky Dweller from Rolex, the bright black, stainless steel Sky Dweller. Seriously though, I know where you live.
Whatever, he's a nice guy, right? It shouldn't really be that big of a problem, right? He's cool. Gotta change my locks. It is 2:31 p.m. Let's get down to business. Jumping right into the specs, we're seeing a 38.2 millimeter diameter with a 45.4 millimeter lug to lug, a 10.2 millimeter case thickness, so very thin, a premium 9015 Miyota movement, so you are getting hacking hand wind, and a 28,800 VPH sweep, or BPH sweep, but I slurred those both together, my bad. You're getting a box sapphire crystal and a 50 meter water resistance rating, all in a very vintage package. Now, I want to be clear, all right? I wouldn't consider this watch like a blatant homage to any specific model that's already out. But we can be honest in saying this watch does look familiar. From the case and lugs, I get the Omega Railmaster. From the dial, I see the Longines Heritage Classic. You guys are seeing what I'm seeing right now. I'm also seeing Patek Philippe Calatrava 5296 and JLC Master Control Date. What do all of these have in common? Well, as I said earlier, this Tribune might not be an homage to any of these models specifically, but it's more so an homage to these kind of old school, simple sector dial watches. Which actually brings us to the pros and cons, because I was about to say something, but I'd rather put it in the pros section. The first pro is that I am actually a huge fan of sector dials. And with this Axios Tribune specifically, you get this really, really nice kind of textured cut in the middle, very dynamic with the chaptering. Everything's raised and cut down perfectly, right? Very, very pleasing to the eye. There's enough going on there that you like it without it being too much that it's kind of just way too busy and weird. Everything looks very deliberate is what I'm trying to say. I'm really digging this kind of slate handset that this watch has. It plays with the light very, very nicely. And the box crystal is a really nice touch, especially for one of these kind of almost vintage aesthetic watches. Jumping into the cons, the case back, kind of boring. Maybe give us a display case back, or, you know, I don't know. Sometimes micro brand watches and their case backs are very hit or miss. The next con would be that there's really like zero finishing on the underside of the lugs. Now, I'm assuming this is a media piece. This might even be a prototype, so I can't say this is indicative of the production models, but I can only review the one that I've had here in the office, and you can see close up that there's like very, very blatant tool marks, and I wish that they finished those up a bit better. And the final con would be, unfortunately, they did not give me pricing on these watches, all right? So it's hard for me to give you the bang per buck assessment. What I will say is, with this really nice design, but with a Miyota movement, keeping in mind it's a premium Miyota movement, and you are getting, you know, a sapphire crystal and some pretty good finishing, not great finishing. They could have done better with the underside of the lugs. I would like this to be just under the $500 range. Now, this is where it gets kind of precarious because, again, I don't like doing this where I tell you what I think it should be without having the solid spec sheet for you guys, but that's the risk these watchmakers run when they send me a watch without pricing. But please comment in the comment section. Let me know where you would expect this watch to land on the grand scheme of things. Again, I think just under 500 bucks is reasonable, but in 2022, I think we're at like 8.5% inflation. Who the f knows? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Micro Brand Monday review. Thank you to Axios for sending me the watch and sponsoring this channel. Thank you to Bruce Williams for having some fun with me on the intro of this episode. Guys, again, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. Please, everyone go subscribe to him and tell him the Time Teller sent you. So yeah, guys, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Please check out T3 Time to Drive if you're interested in cars, and check out my other channel, Things That Keep Me Up at Night, where we talk about really important topics, and that channel is actually growing at a faster rate than the Time Teller channel, which is insane. So please jump on over there, and I'd love to see you. Yeah, stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I will catch you on the next one. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.